The Vikings did not pray for happiness. They prayed for strength, because their gods were not kind, and power always came with a price. To the Norse world, gods were not distant creators. They were forces you could anger, forces that watched how you lived and how you died. These gods did not promise peace. They promised survival. A farmer prayed before winter, a warrior before battle, a mother before childbirth, and none of them knew whether the god listening would help or take something in return. Power, in the Norse mind, was never clean. It was brutal, uneven, and deeply personal. Some gods ruled through wisdom, some through fear, others through silence, and each one shaped how people fought, loved, judged, and endured. These are not fairy tale figures. These are the 10 gods the North believed could break you or keep you alive. Odin. Power through loss. Odin was not worshipped because he was good. He was feared because he understood sacrifice. He gave up an eye, not for glory, but for knowledge. Knowledge of what would come and what could not be stopped. Kings prayed to Odin before war, knowing his favor might mean victory or death worthy of memory. He did not protect the weak. He tested them. To follow Odin was to accept uncertainty. You might gain wisdom or madness. And the worst part? Odin always knew which one you would receive. Thor. Power that protects. Thor was simpler, and because of that, more trusted. He did not speak in riddles. He answered with force. Farmers believed thunder was his hammer. Storms were proof he still walked the sky. Thor defended the world not with mercy, but with violence aimed at chaos itself. Yet even Thor could not protect everything. His strength delayed destruction. It never erased it. That made him relatable, strong, loyal, and doomed to fail eventually. Frey. Power of survival. Freyr ruled no battlefield, yet he decided whether people lived through winter. He was prayed to in silence, in fields, at seed time. His power was invisible, but unforgiving. A bad harvest was not bad luck. It was divine neglect. Freyr taught the Norse a cruel truth. You could be brave and still starve. Tyr. Power of justice. Tyr stood for law in a violent world. When a monstrous threat had to be bound, Tyr alone placed his hand where trust would cost him everything. He lost that hand and gained something rarer: honor. Tyr's power was restraint, choosing duty over survival. And in a society built on revenge, that choice was revolutionary. Loki. Power of disruption. Loki was not prayed to. He was blamed. He exposed weakness, turned order against itself. Sometimes his actions saved the gods. Other times, they destroyed what mattered most. Loki represented an uncomfortable truth. Not all power builds. Some power reveals. And once revealed, nothing can return to how it was. Freyja. Power of desire and death. Freyja ruled love and half of the dead. She wept for what she lost, yet chose who fell in battle. Her power blurred lines between affection and violence, between wanting and taking. She reminded the Norse that desire itself was a force strong enough to shape fate. Shell, power of the unnoticed end, hell did not chase souls. They came to her quietly. Those who died without glory were not punished. They were forgotten. Her realm was not fire. It was absence. And that was the fear. Not suffering, but erasure. Balder. Power of fragility, Balder was beloved. Too beloved. Everything swore not to harm him, except what no one thought dangerous. His death was not a battle, it was a mistake. And once it happened, even the gods could not undo it. Balder's power was the reminder that perfection invites collapse. Heimdall, power of vigilance. Heimdall did not sleep. He watched the edges of the world, listened for what others missed. He would not prevent the end, only announce it. Power sometimes is simply knowing what is coming, and standing your post anyway. Njord, power of uncertainty. Njord ruled the sea, the most dangerous road of all. Trade or death, wealth or disappearance. Sailors prayed to him knowing the sea does not bargain. Njord's power was chance itself. Together, these gods shaped a mindset. Life was unstable, strength was temporary, and meaning came from how you faced the inevitable. The Norse did not believe their gods would save them. They believed their gods were watching how they endured. That belief created warriors who accepted death, farmers who worked despite fear, and communities that valued memory over comfort. Their gods were powerful because they mirrored reality. Unfair, harsh, unavoidable. The Norse believed even the gods would fall, not because they were weak, but because power cannot escape consequence. And if the gods themselves could not survive the end, what chance did those who believed in them ever have? Or perhaps that was the point all along.